Welcome, beautiful yogis. So glad to see you. This is Monday's Love Your Life Yoga, where we'll do a full body stretch and strengthener. We'll focus on core, hips, and some lateral bends. So, glad you're here. Let's start seated. Comfy, upright seat, elevated spine. Take your arms and inhale them, stretch them wide and up. And exhale, wide back down, lightly touching the ground with your fingertips. And we go again. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, lower. Just beginning to link your breath with your movements. Nice. Now let the hands come to rest on your thighs, shoulders are back. Lean a little forward, raise your chest, inhale, slightly arching your spine. And then as we exhale, droop back, we round the spine. Good. Inhale, pull forward, lift your heart. And exhale, draw back, contract your belly. Let's do 3 more of these. 'Tis the season where we spend time with family and friends and eat a lot. So I'm glad we are back on the yoga mat. One more this way, please. Lovely. Good. Sit tall and cross the legs. Place your feet flat and a ways apart and bring your hands behind you for a little bit of support for your upright spine. Tip one way, coming back to center, and tip the other way. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Keep your breath conscious. Great. And as we bring the legs back up, bring your feet in a little closer. And would you fetch your left ankle and bring it up to your right thigh? If you can sit upright, do so, or use your hands behind you. Tighten it up if you want to have a little bit more stretch in the hip. Good, and as we sit tall and roll the shoulders back, lower your gaze. Attention now to the body and all the places we can feel. And the breath's conscious. Letting the inhale rise from your low belly upwards. And the exhale in the opposite direction. 2 more cycles right here. One more slow, deep breath. Nice, and then we'll slide the right leg straight. Bring the heel close into the groin. And with that leg straight, bring your opposite arm up. Inhale it up. And exhale towards the foot. We're coming back up. Inhale, rise. And crossing over the midline as we try to reach the ankle or foot. We'll do it one more time. Coming over and now hold somewhere wherever you can. Bring your other hand in as well. Inhale, raise your heart, and then from that extra length lie a little forward as we stay now, following our breaths, bringing the breath deep into the low back. Nice, and as you complete this exhale, walk your hands up your leg, make your way to upright and bring that right knee up and situate the foot straight over, flat, and grow tall. So this is a very upright seat as we twist now, rotate to your left. Long upright spine, sit tall. Turning your trunk, we're grounded through the hand behind us, the two sit bones and the flat foot. All of that presses down as to get a little rebound through the spine to grow taller. Next exhale, turn your face towards your right. Tilt the head. And softly release the pose. Sliding now your feet to parallel again and a ways apart as we did earlier. A little tip to the sides, the feet are a little wider apart. Inhale up and tipping the other way. That's it, looking good. And last one. Great, as we bring the knees up, walk them in a little closer. It's going to be the other ankle now, your right ankle. Bring it up to your left thigh in that thread the needle position. Now if this is hard, you'll have your foot a little further away. Make it accessible for your body. And you can bring the hands to support the upright spine behind. Lovely, and once you've found your pose with your shoulders back and your neck long and your heart lifted, lower the gaze and be fully present with the rising energy of inhale and the opposite flow for your exhalation. Two more. Nice, and as this exhale completes itself, slide your left leg straight and bring your right heel close into the groin. And rearrange your sit bones, we're right on the top of them. It's the opposite arm. Raise now your right arm up, exhale, come forward. And coming up again, breath in. Exhale across. And one more time. Coming up, reaching across, and then bring your other hand in, wherever you can easily reach. Inhale, raise your heart, and then inch forward any amount you can as we lie a little closer over the leg. Lowered gaze, inward attention, breathing into your low back. Meeting these places as though for the first time. Good. Walk the hands up your leg again and bring your right knee up. Setting up for the seated twist, footsteps over, spine grows tall, and as you hold that up knee, turn to your right, as far as you can. So we want to ground through all the places that are touching the ground and have that lovely lift through the spine, that's the rotated spine. As you exhale again, look over your left shoulder, tilt your head. Good, and release coming out. And we'll slide both legs straight. Inch your seat back. Raise both arms on inhalation. Lengthen out of your belly. Exhale, come forward, however far you get, and hold on. Hold on lightly. Sense what's here. If it feels too much, this big forward bend, you can do two things. You can walk your hands higher up the legs, or you can bend your knees. Good. Let's all now lift the heart, breathing in. And then as you inch forward just that little bit more, fold down as you breathe out, lowered gaze, attention inward again, to feel what's here and to nourish it with your breath. As we do that, our mind calms and we become more fully present. Nice, everyone. And so now we'll walk the hands back up the legs. Good, and coming up. Now we'll go to hands and knees. Blocks at hand, in case we need them. And so from all fours, let's move into the spine, inhaling chest forward. Exhaling, tuck tail, round your back, lower your head. And stay with this. Two more times. Last one. Nice, everyone. Let's come down to the elbows. Forearms flattened, palms pressing together. And as you look at your knees, have them underneath your hips. And then we'll curl the toes and take the knees up off the mat. Moving towards straight legs, moving your chest through the shoulders towards the legs, and letting your hair lightly brush the ground, no weight at all on it. And now we focus on the breathing, slowly in, fully out. As we exhale again, gently lower the knees down, uncurl the toes, and make your way back to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, it's the right leg straight out, ball of the foot on the mat, out of the level hips and lift it out of the shoulders. Let's twist left. Raise the arm up, look at the hand, breathing in, look down, breathing out. Two more breaths. A nice turn of the head. Great, this exhale will bring the hand and the knee down and take second side. Left leg straight back. Out of the level hips, we twist to the right. Looking up to begin, inhale, positioning the hand at the zenith, and then exhale, look down. Two more cycles. Vigorous arm lifting high. Great, this exhale, down comes the hand and the knee, lowering again to the forearms. As we did, palms together. Good. And so, repeating what we did, curling the toes, or walking the knees back a little bit, making your way to forearm plank. See what's right for you today. So both are great for the core and the shoulders. And we hold forearm plank just a few breaths. Very active in your core, very powerfully fired up legs pushing through your heels. The crown of the head is forward. Nice. And then the next exhale, we're coming down, hips down. Uncurl the toes, separate the hands and place them flat so we're in Sphinx pose. Lift the heart, feel the Sphinx pose. As we exhale again, slide your hands back, lower your chest down, curl the toes, push to all fours, and then dip your seat towards the heels. Then we'll take a downward dog. So as we draw the hips back, we open deeper into the shoulders, rooting deeply through your feet. On the next breath in, we'll pivot to plank. So even if you walk your feet back a little bit, lower your hips, plank, and then exhale your hips back up to downward dog. Again, we are focusing on core. Do twice more if you can. One more. Good, and then this time we'll go to plank and lower the right knee directly under the hip. Tip your left foot, and we're going for a side bend. So the left foot is tipped out, we're rotating the outer foot, and the left arm has reached straight up. You might look at the arm. So the core now will be very much part of keeping our balance here. You can be aware of your core. And maybe bring your arm closer to the left ear. So we amplify the left rib stretch. Great, and then some of you might even lift your left leg parallel to the mat. Just 2 breaths. On the exhale, hand comes down and hip lowers and knee comes down. So bring the knees really close together and raise your right arm out to the right and thread through so that we lower all the way to the top of the right arm. And now meet the upper back, easing your wrist. Feel your breath. And so flowing from one shape to the next. Nice way to really distribute prana and the lovely moving of the muscles and breath. Nice. On the exhale, we'll withdraw from this one. Come out, setting up again for downward dog. Coming into downward dog. Align yourself in a way that feels really yummy. Great. So now let's inhale to plank. Adjust your feet as needed. And then back to downward dog. Core, hips leading the way. 2 more times. Good, everyone. And so now this time as we come into plank, the left knee comes down directly under the hip and the right foot tips to line up with the left knee. Raise your right arm. And looking up to that arm at the zenith point. Great. And then as you turn your head again, see if you can bring the arm closer to your ear. Feel how that opens up your side. And some of you might choose to activate the core and bring your right leg parallel to the mat. Hold it here. One more breath. The exhale, coming out, hand to the mat, lower hip and lower knee all the way down. Knees are close together. Left arm out to the left. And here we go, thread under, lower down. And have a moment here to feel and breathe. And we come out again and thread. And please bring now again your elbows to the mat. Palms in prayer pose, where we'll have another go at the dolphin pose or dolphin plank. See what's right for your body today. Perfectly fine to have your hips high, your feet a little closer, holding steady here, breath flowing. Some of you might choose to come into forearm plank. Nice. So let's all come into forearm plank now and lower the hips down all the way to the mat, uncurl the toes, separate the hands for Sphinx pose again. Press the palms down, draw your heart forward, reach your legs back long. Lovely. Make a little pillow with your hands for your brow and let your back relax completely. Merging with the mat, a little moment of ease. Great. Bring your legs closer together, firm them up. Have a sense of them growing longer. Inhale your right leg up. Little ways, exhale it back down, keep it firmed up. Left leg lift it up, lower down. Right leg lift and lower. Left leg. Exhale down. One more each side. Nice little moment of ease as we let the muscles release and relax. Nice, everyone. Curl your toes as you lift your head. Rearrange your forearms so they are parallel and your palms are pressing down. The toes are curled under. Reversing now, we're lifting the hips up to forearm plank. 3 breaths. So now we're pushing back through the heels. We're drawing the belly in, the tail downer a little bit. And on the next exhale, release back down, uncurl the toes, and slide your hands closer to your ribs. Good. Little cobra pose here, so lift your chest. Not a lot of weight in the arms, just a teensy bit. Legs are long, heart is reaching forward, and the chin is not lifted. Lovely. Keep that sense of forward thrust. The arms now reach back. Can you hook hands, thumbs or fingers? Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Legs still very active. Raise your right leg a bit, then the left leg as well. 3 breaths. And on the exhale, make that little pillow and let your body completely relax. Heels flop, buttocks flop. Great. Please bring your right arm out to the right, level with your shoulder, and roll onto your right hip. So you're on the right side of the body, and the left arm can support you in front, or it might reach back behind, so that the left shoulder and chest opens. The right shoulder is also. Breathe calmly, deeply. Good, and we roll back onto the belly, letting the left arm reach out, and we're going to roll onto the left shoulder and hip. The legs can bend, and see what the right arm wants to do to just support a bit, or to reach back. A little restful, shoulder opening. Nice, and then we roll back onto the tummy. Hands in cobra position to press back to the knees, to draw your seat back, to touch the heels, extended child's pose. 3 breaths. On the next breath in, come forward with your shoulders, setting up for downward dog. So curl your toes and lift your hips up, coming into downward dog. This time, we're going to walk the feet to the front of the mat. Good. Once you're there with your feet parallel, hands to shin bones, shoulders back halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, lie a little closer to your legs. This time we'll come all the way to standing, all the way up, arms overhead, and prayer pose at the heart. Nice. Half sun salutations. Stepping first your right foot back, squared hips and steady feet, heart lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and up. Rooted front foot as we exhale forward over the left leg. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold deeper over the leg and inhale all the way up. Step forward into prayer pose. And step your left foot back, steady your feet, and you're ready. The inhale takes the arms wide and up. Exhale, forward bend. Long spine, breathe in. Fold, breathe out, and come up all the way. 2-step forward, prayer pose. Good. We continue, right foot back. Steady that foot. Inhaling, the arms widen up. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway up, breath in. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Step forward. left foot back. Ground them both. Inhale the arms wide and lift tall. Forward we go. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Come up all the way. And we step forward. Good, pause a moment here. Feet close together, heart lifted, shoulders back and down. It's a lovely moment of standing mountain pose. Your exhale down to the feet. And the inhale, arms wide and up. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway up, breathe in. Downward dog, breathing out. Plank pose, breathe in. And lower all the way down, exhale. We'll take a little cobra here. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale, come back down. Curl your toes. You're either going to your knees, dip to your feet, or some of you will go straight to plank. And we'll all meet up in downward dog. 3 lovely breaths here. Nice, and then from here, start to walk your feet to the front of the mat. And we'll take a halfway up here. Exhale, fold in. Now we're coming up all the way. Arms overhead, and we're back to prayer pose. Lovely. Let's do another one of those. First, root the feet, feel the moment. Nice, and let's inhale, the arms widened up. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway up, breath in. Go to downward dog on your exhale. Pivot to plank on the inhale. Lower all the way down. It's a little cobra here. You can always do Sphinx pose. Exhale, we go back down, curl the toes. You know what to do. We'll meet in downward dog. For some, it's easy to go straight to plank. Some of us want to take care of the low back, so we do that little dip back to the feet. Nice. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Halfway up here. Fold in. And let's come all the way up to tall. Prayer bows at the heart. Pause for a moment. Catching your breath. Feeling your body. Letting mind, body and breath come into sync together as we flow one more time in the sun salutation. Are you ready? From the grounded feet, inhale the arms. Exhaling, forward bend. Halfway up, inhaling, downward dog, exhale. And the inhale is to plank, and the exhale is all the way down. Lovely Sphinx pose or little cobra. And the exhale is the return. In the way that feels right today for your body. And in downward dog, we really focus on breath and length. Lovely, everyone. Walking again to the front of the mat. Halfway up, breath in. Fold deep, breath out. All the way to tall. And breath pose. Lovely. Pause a moment. Great. Come onto your back for a little core interlude. And let's do it this way. We'll come down to the forearms. So we're here on the forearms, elbows under shoulders, chest lifted. That means your shoulder blades squeeze in together. Lovely. And then take your feet off the floor. Push them away. Inhale and bend the knees towards your chest. Exhale. So the a little higher makes it more accessible. I think lower is going to be a little harder. And just kind of pushing the legs straight and then drawing them in. Let's do 2 more. Lovely. And let your feet land. And we're lowering all the way down to the back. And when we do that, give your knees a hug. Palms flat underneath your hips. Tuck them slightly under. Inhaling both legs straight up to the air. Exhale, lower them 1/3 of the way. And inhale your legs back to the vertical place. Exhale 2/3 of the way. And inhale back up. And this time we're going as far as feels good. Maybe touch down or not. And inhale back up. Same sequence. Exhale 1/3 of the way. Back. A little further this time. And back. And this time as far as you like. And all the way up. We've got 1 more set, yogis. Have courage. Exhale. 2/3 of the way. And back. Last one, where the legs go as far as you can. Touch down if possible. And all the way back up. And now we hug the knees in again. Bend them, rock a little side to side. And let your feet land on the mat. And hands on soft belly, relaxed breaths. Nice. And now, please cup your head in your hands. Take the feet off the mat. And here we are, cross-crawling, right elbow to left knee on your exhale, while your right leg stretches out and pedals away. Inhale brings everything back, and over we go. Left elbow to right knee, and coming back. And so in your own time, with awareness, is it effortful? Is there a flow? We'll do one more, two each side, making sure that you complete with your left elbow. And rest your head, rest your feet, maybe even take cobbler's pose for these conscious, restful breaths. Please bring your knees back up together. Slide your legs straight, very straight. Push through the heels and raise both arms overhead. If you can, your arms will be on the mat. We're forming a crescent shape now, so moving your both feet, walking them towards your left, your upper body as well, forming this crescent moon shape. Breathing into your right ribs. And one more breath. Nice. Let's come back to the center line. Both the upper body and the legs go back. Feel that center line. And see if you can relax your limbs a moment here, just for the contrast. Lovely, and we'll engage everything again. Firmed up legs, firmed up arms. Walking your heels, your feet towards the right. You'll come off the mat most likely. And ensure upper back also towards the right, trying to keep your left shoulder on the mat. Vigorous strength, length through your left side. And we'll walk back, all the way back to center, this time softening your limbs again. And let's now widen the arms out from the shoulders so they're on the mat, palms open, wide spread, legs are close together and pushing through the heels. Right leg lifts up on an in. And right foot reaches for left hand on an out breath. To come back up, inhale, and lower your right leg. We take it with the left leg, bring it up, cross over, and back up, and lower. Good, as we did. Right leg, across, and back to lower, left, and across, and lower. We've got one more to each side. And lower, and when you land, soften your limbs, bring your arms a little closer, let your legs relax, and feel the looseness of your bones and the release of the muscular action. And how easily the breaths flow. Lovely. We're going to roll over, everyone. Come to hands and knees. From hands and knees, take your right leg parallel to the mat. Push through the heel, send your left arm forward. Hold the balance here. Good. You might add on bending the right knee. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left elbow back and right knee forward. 2 more times. Extend and round your back. And 1 more time. And round, under. Lovely. Good. Extend 1 more time, arm and leg. And then lower the hand and the back knee. A little ease in the right wrist. As we now take the left leg parallel to the mat, right arm forward, deep breaths. Lovely, feel free to stay or do the locomotion. Inhale and exhale into the rounding. And then we finish with the straight arm and leg. And bring it all back down. Nice, everybody. Curl your toes, come to a standing forward bend. So the feet are just under your hips. Bend your knees deeply. And then bring the hands to meet at your sacrum. Draw the arms up and over. And then release the arms. You can bring your hands to your thighs to press up to stand or roll up. Coming all the way back to upright as we begin at the top of the mat. Feet close together in chair pose. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, stay. And now exhale, forward bend. Halfway up, breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Good. From downward dog with your feet close together, raise your right leg up. And exhale, step the foot through between your hands. Press down through your feet to rise up. Come on up. And get your balance as we stand tall. The back heel is up off the mat. Great. Now raise your both arms overhead. Reach tall. Hold your balance. Best you can today. Lovely. Let's straighten the front leg. On the exhale, over the straight leg we go. Far as we can until we reach the ground. The blocks maybe. A couple of breaths. And now bend the front knee to step the right leg back to three-legged dog. Way high goes that leg. And bring your foot down. We pivot now to plank. Come all the way down to the mat. Little cobra or sphinx pose. Inhale. Exhale, we return back. Curl your toes. Come back through plank to downward dog. And the lovely breaths here. Are you ready? Let's go with the left leg. Take it up, behind. Step the foot through. Press that foot down to come on up, to stand in this lunge and get your balance. And once there, raise the arms and hold this joyful lifting pose. Energy is buoyantly up, even if there's a little wibble wobble. On the inhale, we'll straighten the front leg. Exhale, over we go, over the left leg. all the way down to hang out here a few breaths. And from here, to step back to three-legged dog. So the palms have to flatten. The left foot goes back and high. And the foot comes down. And we come one more time into our flow. Come into plank. Lower down. Sphinx or little cobra. And back we go. Feel free to dip back to child's pose, straight to downward dog. Nice. Please walk your feet to the front of the mat. Your feet are close together. And bend your knees deeply, lower your seat and raise your arms for chair pose. Stay for inhale and then exhale, stand up straight. And prayer pose at the heart. Nice, everyone. So let's step with the feet wide, the length of your mat. We go a little deeper into side stretches. So the legs are way apart, and let's turn out to your right, left heel away. And reach over for triangle pose. Over your turned out leg. Nice. Open the heart space, open the corresponding area in your back, and anchor your feet. Let your breaths flow. Great. Root the feet and come back to upright. Give the arms a little break as we turn the other way. Same distance apart, tall, rooted, and reach on over. Come down into triangle pose. Opening the front, the back. This is so good for the spine. So we find stability, steadiness in this pose. From the rooted feet, let's come up. And this time, as we let the arms relax, turn your feet to parallel and bring them in a little closer. Hands on hips, get tall, and then here we go, right down the midline, forward bend. And your arms can dangle down now, head relaxes down. And we spend a moment just feeling this forward motion while so grounded through the both feet. The blood flow to the head. Nice, everyone. Let's straighten the arms. And then inch your hands forward and draw the hips back. Nice. Let your hands come back in as needed. You'll bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips and come on up, all the way up to stand. And orient here. As we now turn the feet out. Turn the feet out, maybe a little further apart, as we do the double plie, double lunge. Terrific for hips. good for knees. This is nice alignment and moving. Keep your knees tracking out, looking good. Good, feel free to add the arms. They straighten with the knees, and then as the knees bend, the elbows bend as well. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Nice, and hands to thighs, lean forward, little upper body. Dip in and back, and dip in and back. Terrific, everyone. Another couple each side. And our last one. Lovely. Straighten the legs, walk your feet in, and walk your feet out. Lovely. All right, we have this moment to feel all of it, to feel the breath, to pause. Pauses are good. Lovely. Let's take Warrior 2. The wide legs, turning out to your right. Left heel is away. The hips stay pointing forward as we lunge out to the right and straighten. And lunge out and straighten. And this time, bend that knee and bring your arms into the shape as we hold Warrior 2. On the inhale, let's straighten the right leg, and we're coming back into triangle. So root your feet, reach over. I know we're a little wider, but we don't have to go as deep. So go where you can. Strong in the core. The bottom arm, optional, lift it up and lower it down. 2 more times. Nice. This time let's come all the way upright. Relax the arms a moment as we turn the legs to the second side. And we'll lunge in and out to prepare the knee and the hip. Nice. We can stay. Staying in the lunge, add your arms. The heart, so grounded, rooted, and strong and stable. So we embody those qualities when we practice this pose, and they go deep into the body-mind. Strong and steady. The imprinting of that with the calm breath. And then on the inhale, straighten the leg. Reach out of the waist and over we go into triangle pose. Rooted feet, strong legs, and strong core, the optional lifting and lowering of your bottom arm. It's just 3 times. And then from the groundedness, come all the way to upright and relax the arms. And parallel the feet. Bring them a little closer in. Good. See if you'd like to interlace hands at your back or hands on hips. Lift the heart. Exhale forward. So listening to your shoulders. Perhaps your arms need to dangle because you have a shoulder vulnerability. It's fine. Or you might be deepening the stretch in the shoulders with the arms clasped overhead. Lovely. It's all just bring the hands to the mat, straighten the arms. Good, and then bend your right knee and lunge your hips to the right. Come back to straightening that leg, and then we'll go the other side. Bend the left knee and the hips lunge a little sideways. Play with that. Nice, everyone. Good. We come back to center. Walk your feet in. And roll up to stand. And feel the tallness, the more space. Your breath. Our sacred pause. Nice. Please come onto your back, hugging the knees in. And once you've had a little hug, the block's within reach, but we won't use it just yet, as we'll place the feet flat and raise the hips for bridge pose, working bridge, hands clasping the mat or each other, and we stay to breathe through the rooted feet and the lifted pelvis and the opening chest and the soft throat. The willingness to give this a go. Nice, everybody. Place your palms flat to land on. As we straighten the legs, we're going to segue to fish pose. Straight, vigorous legs, shoulders pressed down, chest puffs up. That may be enough for you. Or you'll take your upper back off the floor and let your head drop back to open the throat and to open the chest. Forearms are grounding, upper body is lifting. If you feel strong today, take your feet off the floor just a few inches. Nice, everyone. Release the pose. Come on out. Rescue your head with your hands. Pick it up. And look down to the feet, which are still drawing towards you. Toes drawing towards you. Ah, nice. And gently lie your head down. Relax your legs. Feel this release through the whole body. Nice. So let's grab the block now and place it under the sacrum. And we can rest a little bit now with the hips lifted, arms close, and the legs in the air. Softly hanging inward attention to the inner body, the feeling of the breath, the growing calm. As you exhale again, let the knees bend and the feet come to the mat. Move the block to shift a little right, setting up for twist, reclining twist. Wide arms, right leg over left. And over we go with the hips and the knees. Oh, so lovely now. So lovely to release back. Nice, everyone, and as you are ready, bring your knees back up, setting up for second side. A little shift left with the butt, left thigh over right, and over we go. Nice. Please come out to find the midline out of the uncrossed legs. Maybe take a happy baby. Get our final sacrum hips beautifully aligned. We did a lot for the sacrum, hips and knees. And we let the legs go to set up for final relaxation. Getting as comfy as you like. Settling back, soft, soft face. To know that as your body rests on the ground, having done all the breathing and stretching and effort, you are receiving the blessings. The blessings, if I can send them through the Zooms, beautiful little shower of rain pouring down on the roof. Just lovely. It's coming to you. Nourishing as you let go and receive all that is good. Sensing, feeling again your breath. Sensing your state of being. And honoring yourself for taking the time to do this practice, to reset as we do. Fingers, toes, rolling onto your side for the gratitude moment. As you are ready, come on up to sit. Thank you so much for coming, everyone, participating so fully. Namaste.